Welcome to the Candle Business Coach Podcast, a show about the craft of candle making and small business. I'm your host, Kirsty Allen, and I'm a candle maker, mum of three, and kindness advocator. Join me as I dive into all things candles and small business and deliver advice and tips to you in episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Are you on the list to get my daily motivation emails? Every day I'll send you a message that is designed to help keep you focused on taking action toward your goals. Sign up using the link in the show notes. This episode is brought to you by my free ebook, The Candle Business Marketing Kickstarter Kit. Inside this free ebook, you'll learn to identify your blocks of time to dedicate to your candle business. Plus, there are several tips and tricks for re-engaging past customers and attracting new customers into your business so you can grow your business and reach your goals. Check out the link in the show notes for your copy. Welcome back to the podcast, my friend. I hope you've had a lovely start to the week if you're listening to this episode on Tuesday, the day that it comes out. Otherwise, I hope your weekend is going well, or your end of the week, or your morning, or your afternoon. Whenever you're listening to this episode, I hope you're doing well and are enjoying life. So for this episode, I thought I would do something a little bit different. And I know I say that a few times throughout the course of my podcast episode history, but I like to mix things up and I like to do things a little bit different so that on one hand, you don't know what to expect and it keeps things interesting, but also because I take action based on being inspired and following those butterflies and following those nudges from the universe. And so for today's episode, I wanted to read through a few of my Instagram posts. Now, this might sound a little bit strange, and you might be wondering, why would you want to read out your Instagram posts on a podcast? But if you follow me on Instagram at Candle Business Coach, you'll know that I sprinkle throughout my posts both candle making tips, candle business advice, and strategies, but I also mix in a lot of mindset and motivation and inspiration. And I've been told by a few people that they really enjoy my voice and hearing me spread messages of positivity. So I thought, well, since I've written what I think are some pretty beautiful posts on Instagram, some captions, I thought I would read them out just to share a little bit of, I guess, motivation and some inspiration with you here on the podcast, so that if you are feeling like your motivation is lacking, or you just need to feel like there's someone there supporting you from the sidelines, then this is the episode I want you to listen to help you feel more positivity in your day. So with all that said, let's get started with some Instagram captions. Did you know that many of the boundaries you encounter are self-imposed, and that your self-worth is subtly entangled with your beliefs of what is possible? Armed with that knowledge, what would happen if you purposely leaned into a boundary that has been holding you back? What result do you think you'd have? As we learn more about our thought patterns and self-awareness, we must consciously decide that we will no longer be held back by our own limitations or beliefs. We can push ourselves through the edges of what we know to reach new levels. When we discover and encounter new self-limits, we must endeavour to break through those containers as well. Yes, there is fear. Yes, the outcome is sometimes unknown. But think of all the possibilities. Think of the dreams that could be realised, the goals that could be achieved. If only we have faith in ourselves and trust the process. So let's smash through our self-imposed boundaries. Let's take inspired action. And let's do it today. When we first begin to dream about putting our plans into action, we can often be halted by our perceived limitations or intangible hurdles. But that doesn't mean success or breakthroughs aren't possible. Even though something may be or seem difficult, it's only our perception of the situation that truly stops us in our tracks. There are always ways to overcome obstacles. We just need to figure out how to find the solution that best suits the problem. It's funny how life works. We are born a blank canvas, ready to receive all the lessons in life that are for us. Say we live for 80 years. That's over 29,000 days where we have multiple opportunities to try different things, to explore, and to discover what makes us happy. But what do we do with our lives? How do we know which path is right for us? That's easy. We follow our butterflies. Those small sparks of curiosity that flourish as we lean into them. The hard part is believing in ourselves enough to achieve what we desire. It's that little voice in our head that whispers doubt to us when we feel unsteady. If we are courageous and fight against the fear of failure, of being unworthy, of thinking we don't know enough, then there are truly no limitations as to what we can experience in our lives. Are you brave? Do you believe in yourself? No matter where you sit on the scale of vulnerability, know this: you are worthy, you are deserving, and I believe in you. But the first step? That's up to you. My dear sweet friend, what is holding you back? What is keeping you locked into fear and keeping you safe? I wish you could see in yourself what I see in you. Your beauty, your power, your rawness and realness and light. There is so much potential within you. I know you've seen it in yourself. It's in those fleeting moments of clarity, those moments when you take a deep breath and know in your core that you are worthy of everything you desire. I see the real you, and I want you to know that you are loved, as you are, in this moment, right now. You're hearing these words because you were meant to. You're in this world because you matter. You make a difference, and I'm grateful for you. So take another deep breath, my friend, and keep moving forward. I believe in you, and I always will. Someone told me recently, expect criticism on your journey. It's an interesting thought. Whenever we do anything in life, people will react in either a positive, neutral, or negative way. When we choose to live a life of intention or creativity, naturally there will be people who don't understand our endeavours. We can hope our creations elicit encouraging responses, but when we're faced with negativity, how do we react? Do we engage or ignore? Answer with the same ferocity? Perhaps succumb? Are our options to either stop what we're doing or continue with our passions? If those are the only choices, then truly there is only one. We continue. If our actions are in alignment with our values, if our choices are based on living a life that is authentic to who we are, then we must continue to do what honours our journey through life. Often when we want to try something new, our mind will come up with lots of reasons why we shouldn't pursue the idea. What will people think? What if I embarrass myself? What if it's a waste of time and money? Or the biggest hesitation of them all, what if I fail? The truth is, you won't know how everything will unfold before you begin. Sure, you can plan and organise what you can, but the outcome? That's part of the adventure. Take your candle business, for example. Could you have ever imagined what you'd be where you are today when you first began? How could you have known the journey ahead was full of beautiful twists and turns, of growth and opportunities? We all experience imposter syndrome and a feeling of lack when it comes to self-confidence from time to time, and sometimes all of the time. My advice is to try and not get caught up in the mind muck our heads conjure up. For me, I know that what is most important to me, my goals, my dreams, is more important than what people may or may not think. Personal development is a huge part of running a candle business. Each new level of life and business you reach, your mind will try and hold you back and keep you safe. Try and neutralize those thoughts by instead saying to yourself, I do not believe everything I think. What do I need to believe in this moment? And what is the next best move I can make? Part of our journey through life is to grow, explore, and discover what we're passionate about. Doing this helps us determine the best ways to enjoy life's journey. Our days are peppered with choices, both big and small, that put us on a path that either aligns us with our values or takes us further from our authenticity. I recently finished rereading The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and as I read through each page and absorbed the teachings within the book, I realised that every one of us has the power to create the life we desire. What's amazing is that we've always had this power. You already have the skills within you to learn something new. You are resourceful. You already have the nous to take the next step. You are capable. You already have the ability to make changes because you are worthy. By making the best choices we can in each moment, we move closer to becoming the highest version of ourselves. Our journey in discovering more about who we are and how we can add the most value to the world creates a beautiful ripple effect as our shining light begins to open up the possibilities for others to do the same. And there we go, my friends. There is a little bit of motivation and inspiration for you on this beautiful morning or afternoon, again, depending on when you listen to the podcast. I hope that some of these words resonated with you. I hope that some of these words connected in with where you are on your journey and help to focus your intention and your why as to where you can next take your business and where you can next take your next steps on your personal journey as well. If you're interested in hearing more of these types of words and feeling like you just need a little bit more inspiration or a little bit more motivation on a more of a daily basis, I'll remind you again that I do have a daily motivation email list that I set up back in October last year, where every day at about 7 a.m. I send an email with just a short paragraph or a few words just to help inspire you and keep you in the right mindset to go about your day. If you're interested in signing up for those emails, you can check out the link in the show notes and just pop your email in and then you'll be on the list. And I'll email you every day, which, is really lovely. I often receive beautiful responses and messages from people that are on the list that it's uncanny how when I write these emails, I'm often writing them a couple of months ahead and scheduling them in my website email platform. And then when the email comes through on the particular day, it has such a poignant message and connects in with where we are in our current day, which I really love. So if that's something that's of interest to you, then I'd encourage you to sign up for my daily motivation emails. Just check out the link in the show notes. And that, my friend, is the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know it was a little bit different, a little bit outside the norm, not specifically about candle making, not specifically about candle businesses, but it's more about getting our mindset in the right place so that we can take the most effective and efficient action with our business. So I hope you are doing well. If you have any questions, you can always contact me on Instagram at Candle Business Coach. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks everyone for listening today. I hope this episode added value to your candle making journey. Check out the show notes for all the links mentioned throughout today's show, and please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. Thanks again for listening. Have a beautiful day.